The METUS Tech Show.
Welcome to the METUS Tech Show, a show for HVAC professionals by HVAC professionals.
The METUS Tech Show.
Mitsubishi.
I got a great recipe for turkey stuffing, you know.
Do you?
Yeah,
What do you stuff your turkey with?
Oysters.
Oysters.
Oh, sure. Unbelievable.
You stuff the bird with oysters.
Oyster stuffing. Oyster stuffing.
Really?
That's excellent.
Do you add oyster crackers?
No.
I mean, what's oyster crackers?
I don't know.
I'd see them in the package.
Yeah, but
You
that
know those
doesn't mean
little
they're for
square-
oysters. You
they're
put them on
octagons.
soup. In New
They're
England,
pentagons.
We put them on soup.
Okay, but how are they called oyster crackers?
You have to ask somebody else. Why is a chair called a chair? I don't know.
Because I sit on it. But the oyster cracker, do they come from oysters?
Jumbo shrimp, all right?
Oh, I know
you
what
wanna
it
get
is.
confused?
You crack the cracker open, there might be an oyster in it.
Oh, pearl.
Yeah. Are you doing anything special for Thanksgiving?
No, just family.
Really? Me too.
Football family.
Yeah, I mean, I every time I eat turkey, you know what happens to me? Oh yeah, great football weather,
Yeah.
especially if the Lions are playing.
It'll be nice and cool down in Florida, probably
Yeah.
88 degrees.
88 degrees.
Oh, my God. Give me a fleece.
All right, are you ready for this, Mr. Roland? All right, so welcome to the METUS Tech Show
Nice.
with Juan Cardona, technical instructor at the Ohio Training Center, and
Roland Wage, a technical instructor down in Orlando, Florida.
so what are we going to talk about this week, Roland?
This week, we're going to talk about the intelli-HEAT.
Okay, tell me more about that.
I don't know, but I'm pretty excited about it. So,
Are you?
intelli-HEAT is a package that you can put together on an existing furnace or a new furnace and give you the great opportunity to now have air conditioning and hyperheat.
So we're mainly talking about an A-Coil line set and outdoor unit.
That's about it.
It's an add-on system
That's about it.
called intelli-HEAT.
Yeah.
And I used to install a lot of them when I was in business in West Virginia. We installed, I mean, there's 90% of gas furnaces out there. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, I think
90 out of 100.
52% of the market is gas.
Yeah, but 90% of the gas furnaces have an air conditioner
As
installed
a
in them.
fossil fuel. Up in New England, they got a little bit of oil. There's some oil up there.
And, you know, I've been accused of not knowing math, but I just gave you a math.
That
I
was
said
from the
90
last
out of
episode.
100. So 90% of gas furnaces are paired with an air conditioner only. And now you can have a heat pump.
Cheat sheet's lovely,
Yes.
especially when it comes to math.
So by adding on a heat pump to a gas furnace, you're saving gas.
Yeah, and the price of gas is, as
going
everything right now, everything's going up.
Yeah,
Everything's going up.
And I see also it's a study that has been done that back in 2021, 4 million gas furnaces were sold
Last year alone.
last year alone. That's a lot of boxes.
That's a lot of stuff.
So what more can you tell us about intelli-HEAT?
Well, first of all, it's a compatible package to your existing furnace. No difference installing it physically as it would be a regular A-Coil with a condensing unit. Line set, communication as far as the ability to switch that over to fossil fuel or from fossil fuel to heat pump.
And I believe we're using the outdoor temperature for that to happen.
Yeah, I want to get too specific on that. Different temperatures where you can force that into switching over to fossil fuel, depending on your area. Also, maybe depending on what the customer wants.
Yeah, and the customer is going to decide what temperature to set that.
Sure.
Because we all sense temperature differently. Like an elderly person like me may get colder sooner, so I may want the furnace to come on sooner than later.
And a younger guy like me wearing a fleece and a jacket right now. So that makes no sense, Juan, but we'll go with it.
Right.
But, basically that can go on any third-party furnace. And like I said, for the most part, we're talking gas is the majority of them. New England, we have oil. But there's other advantages you can get by installing it.
Right. And the big thing here that's going to really move this price, rebates.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
There's some incentives for homeowners to buy this product.
Yeah.
So
Any additional money in your pocket that you can get from an installation is fantastic.
Absolutely. And so the contractors will have to look individually into in their own states, or it's federal too.
Yeah, and I believe that we should actually probably have a podcast on that as well. But the
IRA.
Yeah, I don't want them after me. But I heard there's a lot of them.
I think you're talking about the IRS.
Yeah, Inflation Reduction Act. I think it comes into play next year, but there's going to be a lot of money there for the homeowners and for companies out there installing equipment.
Yeah, and we're going to be talking about that in the future. So, so intelli-HEAT, like you've mentioned, it can be installed in any third-party furnaces as well as any trained furnace. Yeah. And again, it's the switchover controlling portion of it is controlled by outdoor ambient. And some of the cabinets, what are the cabinets available in? I believe they're available in 14, 17 and a half, and 21 inches wide. So they come in different width so they can fit different width furnaces.
So, yeah, they're easily adaptable. Also, too, is that
the A-Coils on the systems are going to be available in 18,000, 24,000, 30, 36, and 42,000 BTU models.
Yeah, and those coils are a case coil, and it's a really nice finish on them. Very compatible to pieces of equipment. It should be relatively easy to adapt them to an existing furnace.
Yes. Now, one thing that we need to mention is that the A-Coil comes with the electronics in a separate box.
Yeah, side package on the side.
Can be mounted on the side of the casing, or the limitation there is 6 feet. It can be mounted on a wall. And again, the limitation is the length of the wire of the sensors, which in this case are 6 feet. So, but you have the choice. You have the choice of mounting the box onto the casing of the coil or mount on the wall. But you can't extend it more than what the wire of the thermistors allow you to go.
Okay, so the case coil can be adapted to pretty much any type of furnace. Once that's installed, typical line setters run on a PUZ 1-to-1 condenser or onto a multi-zone spot multi-unit condenser coil outside. And as Juan said earlier, return sensors and supply air sensors are limited to length. And what else?
And the one thing that I love about this is we know our ABCs, don't we? When it comes to the cabinet width.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a test here.
No. Well, the ABCs is A cabinet is 14 and a half. The B cabinet is 17 and a half. And the C cabinet is 21 inches. So it's very simple to remember that A, B, and C.
That's right.
So now you know your ABCs.
At the end of the show, the test will be there.
But yeah, like you said, on a 1-to-1, it will be paired. The PAA is the model number for the indoor coil. And the outdoor unit is going to be on a 1-to-1 for the PUZ, and multi-zone is going to be the smart multi-outdoor unit.
Right. So you see the market up here is big.
Up here where?
Up here in New England and your colder, your fuel climates.
Yes. And then, again, like you mentioned before, it is a case coil. And I already mentioned about the control box. And you mentioned about the thermistors and how they're mounted.
And could go with an emergency thermostat, a float switch on there in case you have some sort of condensation problem, L brackets for a clean, tight installation. Always use the installation manual. That's going to give you everything you need to do that correctly.
Yes. And the manual comes with the unit. With the system, you're going to have the installation manual, the operation manual, and the troubleshooting guide. And all those manuals come with the equipment, both inside and outside.
And the type of units that they can go on, a single-stage furnace, two-stage furnace, a variable speed furnace. So adaptability is pretty much covers it all.
Just about, absolutely. And it doesn't have to be a specific brand. It could be used in any brand.
Yeah. And like I said, those case coils are standard sizes, compatible with most pieces of equipment.
And then all the wiring schematics and all of that, or the connectivity is shown in that installation manual.
So,
yeah, and then there's the thermostat interface, which we can use either Kumo Cloud.
yeah,
Okay, that's something to look forward to.
that's going to be an episode down the line.
Absolutely. We have the MHK2, which replaces the MHK1. The MHK2 is built on the Honeywell T6 platform, which is a touch screen.
MHK2.
Yes.
What does that mean?
MHK2, would you care to tell us?
Yes. I think you asked me this question about
think
5
I
months
did.
ago. That's a Mitsubishi Honeywell Kit 2.
Absolutely.
And which, like Juan just said, replaces the MHK1, which would be the Mitsubishi Honeywell Kit #1. So,
Yeah, and then other than that, you can even use a generic thermostat with
some
the
people like
thermostat
that.
interface. Yes, like I know many customers may like to keep their Ecobee thermostats or any other brand. We have a interface available that they can connect to.
and there's other ones you can do as well. We could do the touch screen. We could do the Deluxe MA or the Simple MA. Different controls we can use depending on what the customer wants.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a great product. The system is going to be available in standard efficiency or even hyperheat. Can you tell us a little bit about hyperheat?
Hyperheat's going to give you a better amount of heat at a lower degrees, roughly around 17 degrees outside. You're still going to get 100% capacity out of that with heat, which is fantastic. That's the big break in difference between traditional heat pumps and Mitsubishi's hyperheat heat pump, low ambient heat pump.
Yeah, and then by bringing on the heat pump at those lower temperatures, what are we doing in essence? We're reducing the carbon footprint by using gas.
Absolutely.
And that's what we want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the big thing. That's what the industry is striving for: electrification. And Mitsubishi, we're on it. We are coming up with products, constantly changing and constantly creating.
And there's a lot of applications we can apply to this product. We can have one outdoor unit or connected to one indoor unit, or we can have one outdoor unit connected on like the multi-zone connected to one or two indoor units.
And that's fantastic for growing families, building additions. So it really looking down the road, if you do have a construction situation where you're going to add on, you're pretty much all set for it. So it can be relatively easy to take care of that addition.
Yeah, the beauty of this product is on the indoor coil, Roland, it can be installed in 4 different configurations. It comes set up for upflow. You can install it in the horizontal position, both horizontal right or horizontal left, and even downflow.
And I can't think of an application that this wouldn't fit.
Absolutely. I mean, you think of a gas furnace, if it's in the crawl space or the attic, more than likely it's going to be in the horizontal position.
And with a lot of modular homes, there's downflow, so that covers everything. Yep.
And there will be some minor adjustments in the cabinet for you to apply it to these applications, and that's it might just take the removal of the horizontal drain pan and so forth.
Yeah, and all that is in the installation manual. I mean, it's clearly detailed.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you may find that the depth of the cabinet doesn't cover the opening of the gas furnace. So there's a little L-shaped piece of sheet metal provided that comes with the coil you can use to cover that extra inch or half inch, whatever that opening may be.
Yeah, so field installation is really pretty much limited to needing outside assistance as far as sheet metal.
Right. And it's you can you can just bring the coil, the line set, and the outdoor unit to the job, and very little sheet metal to adapt it to it.
Right.
So we have the control box, which the internal controls, the circuit boards, the terminal blocks, and so forth. And so we can connect the controllers, depending on which ones you're using, and the communication wire, the S1 S2 and S3 going from the outdoor unit to the box.
Yeah, so that gas-fired furnace that you're installing this to turns out to be a operating Mitsubishi piece of equipment.
Absolutely. You're going to be using standard thermostat wire from the control box on the A-Coil to the gas furnace.
And that's going to consist of your R, C, W1, W2 if it is two-stage, G. Some thermostats have two different speeds for fan only and for heat, and then your Y1, your Y2. So covers all that too, yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very flexible as to what you can use. Again, we've already mentioned that the switchover is controlled by outdoor temperature, and that's going to be a choice being made from the homeowner.
Yeah, and that's probably going to fall in line, too, with some sort of rebates. May dictate what that automatic change or temperature changeover should be. So, I mean, that's all pretty simple stuff as far as the areas and what's going to be done.
Right. I don't know if I mentioned that it's also going to be able to be used with Kumo Cloud. Kumo Cloud will allow you to operate the system off-site. I can also allow you to control it from the comfort of your recliner without having to go to the controller to change it. What we recommend using a condensate switch is to never break communication.
Oh, no, you can't do that.
You don't want to break S2 or S3. We recommend that you always break S1.
And so the float switch is provided along with a piece of equipment.
Yep.
So it's not like you're buying an aftermarket float switch. You're buying one that's compatible for the piece of equipment. And that's going to also include CN4F that's going to give you the ability to cut that, make that connection so that if you do, in fact, have a overflow or a float problem, it's not going to come up as a communication error. It's going to come up clearly as a float problem or drain problem.
All right. Well, that's pretty much it on this product. As an introduction, look very excited about this, what this product's going to do in the marketplace. Can't wait to see it.
Is a game changer.
Yeah, absolutely.
It sure is. It sure is.
You got it, buddy.
All right.
Well, until next time, Roland, I hope that I'll get to see you soon.
Enjoy Thanksgiving.
All right. Hasta la vista, baby.
I'll be back.
Eat lots of turkey. And I like turkey with the stuffing.
Oyster.
Oyster.